He will see in Bakersfield, San Jose. We'll see in Buffalo, Toledo, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Here's a not a happy story about how the government is conspiring to screw you at the behest of the banks again. Today, this is from the House Republicans. They tweeted this out. Today, the House passed SJ Resolution 18. And what does it do? It reverses the Biden-era rule that unfairly required large banks to impose costly and confusing overdraft fees.
What?
Listen to how they're couching this.
Okay.
It's the exact opposite of what you think they're saying.
I don't understand it.
House Republicans are helping to keep banking affordable for consumers and are saving Americans' families money. You know how they're doing this? They're lifting the protections on overdraft. So when you get overdrafted on your checking or savings, and then the bank gives you a fine for that, well, there used to be a limit. They just got rid of it.
But it was confusing to have a limit, Jimmy.
Very confusing.
How's it keep it affordable for me if they have no limit on overdraft fees?
So this is from the American Prospect, April 9th. Congress stops the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau from capping overdraft fees and monitoring big tech. So they took away the caps. Let's listen. The House of Representatives passed resolutions Wednesday that will nullify 2 Consumer Financial Protection Bureau rules. As a result, low-income customers will pay an estimated $5 billion more annually in overdraft fees. Now, remember, the pukes from the House Republicans' Twitter account said they're saving Americans money. No, they're going to cost the poorest Americans $5 billion more that they have to pay to big banks.
By the way, the poorest Americans doesn't mean necessarily you're poor. It's the people that are like supposedly middle class, which you don't have, that live like paycheck to paycheck. That's who has to deal with that nonsense. So everybody's like, oh, who cares about the homeless? But you don't see the homeless that have jobs. This is that. The overdraft fees, that affects people that aren't the poorest. I promise you.
Well, the poorest people who are able to bank.
Yeah, it's just the richest people are so rich now that you got to be like a multimillionaire to be middle class.
And it's also big tech is going to be able to pursue its ambitions to make payment apps and other financial service products with little regulatory oversight. So you know how people would get kicked off of, say, Patreon because you said something that pissed off them? That's called debanking. So what they're allowing big tech to do is to become bankers without any regulation so they can F over their own customers at their own whim.
Yeah, and that's what your stance on anything. It'll be on your at a whim.
That's right. That's what your Republican House just did for you. No, they did that for big tech and the banks. That's exactly, whenever Congress gets together, a session of Congress, they're not there doing the bidding of workers or students or laborers or the elderly or the poor. They're there doing the bidding of big tech billionaires and banks. That's what that is.
I don't remember Trump. This was something that he was.
Trump didn't do this. This was done by the House Republicans.
And where's the no tax on tips still?
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
I was about to ask about that no tax on tips.
Where's the no tax on Social Security? Where's the no tax on overtime? No, but they can get this done. Boom.
Yeah, that's really something. Yeah. Thank you.
The resolutions, which have already passed the Senate and will now head to the President Trump. And he's going to sign it and say he's helping save American families money. So he's going to lie to you. Just like the House Republicans lied to you and the Senate Republicans. And now President Trump is going to lie to you.
Why was it only $35 in overdraft fees? Why can't it be bigger? I'm confused, Jimmy. Help me. Help me, everyone.
Once passed, the CRA resolution both nullify the rule and prevent agencies from taking substantially similar actions in the future. President Trump signed 16 CRA resolutions in his first term and 2 so far in 2025. And you're damn right we're going to send the repo man in to take your easy chair, especially because you're powerless. That's right. We are why we can't have nice things. The overdraft fee would have capped the fees charged when customers attempt to withdraw more from their account than they have deposited at $5. The average overdraft fee is closer to $35. The so-called larger participant rule gave the CFPB supervisory authority over non-banks, meaning things like PayPal and Patreon and Stripe and Apple Pay and the thing that Amazon is working on and the thing that Facebook is working on, their own payment apps and Venmo, things like that. So now there's no supervising any of those things. They can do whatever they want. It's the Wild West with no regulations like a normal bank. Companies like Elon Musk's X, they also are going to have a payment app.
Wait, the only reason, Jimmy, that banks do crimes is because they're regulated too much.
That's right.
Take the regulation away and they become super honest.
Yes, they stop. Nothing's going to boost our economy like someone thinking twice about buying that pack of gum. Am I right? All House Republicans decided to reveal themselves as objectively pro-junk fee in supporting blocking the overdraft fee rule. Only Representative Ryan McKenzie of Pennsylvania voted against the larger participant rule. Senator Josh Hawley, he voted against both resolutions in the Senate. So Josh Hawley has real leadership in him, which is why he's such a poor fit in D.C.
Yeah, get him out.
The overdraft fee rule was predicted to save Americans $5 billion a year, weighted overwhelmingly to poorer bank customers who are at risk of overdrawing their accounts. Bank lobbyists who unsurprisingly cited as the primary endorsers of killing the rule. For years, banks have been found to structure payments to generate more money from overdraft fees.
Of
no
course.
kidding.
How does everything work? We structure it based on screwing you, and you're going to fail. The system's based on it.
You have to remember, Kurt, when they say we are saving Americans $5 billion a year, what they mean is Israel. And I guess that's because there's several Americans in Israel, I guess.
Yeah.
Republicans
A lot of people with 3 passports.
Republicans have justified overturning the overdraft fee rule by saying they want to protect consumer choice.
Oh, yeah, I choose to pay more overdraft fees. And I haven't been represented until now.
That's an old fallacy that banks have to rip off their customers or they can't survive and they're going to have to go out of business.
Yeah. It's one of the toughest businesses, banking. As you know, like it's a lot of feast or famine with these guys.
The former director of the Consumer Financial Protection Board, this guy Rohit Chopra, pressure on larger banks led to many dropping their overdraft fees entirely.
Yeah, why do they have that? Why are you allowed to have that?
Now the seal of approval from Congress to charge whatever price for overdrawing accounts could reverse that trend while allowing those smaller banks that maintain the practice to continue. Arvis Bank, owned by the Walton family of Walmart fame, made 124% off their net income in 2024 from overdraft fees.
I'm sorry, they made more than all of their money.
Yes.
Is 124%
on overdraft.
So Walmart doesn't bring in money. All their money and more comes from.
That's from their banking. The large participant rule was a response to the growing trend of tech firms devising apps to help people store or move their money. Under the rule, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau could add new companies to their roster for enhanced supervision and send in examiners to monitor their services. The agency had added Google. Oh, Google also has a payment app.
Oh.
So now there's no regulation on any of it. So now they can screw you left, right, upside down, in and out.
Yeah, I guess it's up to the CIA to control their many heads of the tentacles of the octopus of finance.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau can still enforce laws around deceptive or unfair conduct or violations of various consumer protection laws against big tech firms, as it has done previously against Apple and the payment app Zelle. But there would be no way to send agency examiners into Twitter or other tech firms to study their payment services, which would make it harder to identify scams and force compliance.
Wow. No Doge for X, huh?
There's no Doge for X. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think of it that way.
I'm going to say on the customers, I'd like to speak to the Doge, please.
There's got to be a better way to alienate customers. Just make them lay down on the floor and rob them of their money when they walk in. That's what I say. An effort from Laura Loomer to associate the payment app rule with debanking on the grounds that lack of supervision of payment apps means those companies could block anyone from them ended up going nowhere with the House Republicans. Because they're not there to help consumers. They're there to help their donors, which is big tech billionaires and people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Zuckerberg, people like Jeff Bezos, people like Google. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has improbably stayed alive, despite Vaught's attempts to destroy the agency entirely. The Trump administration is under a preliminary injunction preventing the firing of Consumer Financial Protection Bureau workers and requiring the continued operation of statutory functions. But the CFPB examiners have claimed that they have not been allowed to review financial institutions for compliance. So this is your government. This is called fascism. When the government teams up with big business to screw its citizens, that is called fascism. That is what the Republicans are doing right now. That's what this is. And if you listen to anything Elon Musk says about the consumer, or Bill Ackman, what he said on Joe Rogan about it's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that's debanking people, that's the exact opposite. It's people like Bill Ackman that are debanking people. And they want to get rid of the regulations so they can debank even more people and screw even more people.
There's been no word on ever ending that except for the lies from that Andreessen fucker.
Oh, that's right. Andreessen. That's the guy. I said Ackman. I meant Andreessen.
They're all about that. All of them think they should live. Bannon is correct. They all think they should be
tech feudaloids. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. And they'll decide if Elon wants you to have free speech, you'll have it. You know, I'm glad to have it, but I'm not grateful to get the thing I should just have.
Right. Now, examiners won't get to supervise payment apps from non-banks, thanks to Congress. And whenever normal functioning returns to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, critical gaps will have been blown open in the mission to protect consumers. Young Kim says Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's overdraft rule would reduce banking services to communities that need it. Do you see the bullshit garbage?
Oh, we can't service them because they're too poor and we can't charge them extra.
Yeah,
so
we have to be able to
service.
If we can't charge them extra, we're not going to be able to provide them banking.
But if they can't overdraft, how will they buy the soda that keeps the soda business afloat? Is anybody thinking about the full economy?
These people are fucking assholes.
How so?
No,
can I have details? Yeah.
No, the overdraft rule limits overdraft fees to $5. How is this harmful? How does this leave Americans behind? I would say that it's likely that thanks to your vote, Americans will pay far more than $5 for their overdraft fees. This bill is a $21 billion gift to banks. That's what Representative Young Kim just did. Representative Young Kim is your enemy and is a bitch to banks and the tech feudal lords.
As are we all.
As are we all. He will see in Bakersfield, San Jose. We'll see in Buffalo, Toledo, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets.